Hey, man of the Mayhem here, and unless you've been living underneath a rock, you should know what this is. This is the Flipper Zero. It's a cybersecurity Swiss Army knife for penetration testing and ethical hacking. It covers things like Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, sub-gigahertz frequencies, infrared, and a lot more. Now these devices can be quite pricey and set you back a fair few pennies, and also need to have development boards to unlock some of the features. Luckily, LILYGO has made this. This is the LILYGO T-Embed, running the Bruce firmware, and today I'm going to show you how to turn this device into a Flipper Zero. So this is the Bruce GitHub here. It's the predatory ESP32 firmware. We scroll down here and we'll see that Bruce is meant to be a versatile ESP32 firmware that supports a ton of offensive features focusing on facilitating red team operations. It also supports M5 stack products and works great with computer, stick, M5 core, T-Deck and T-Deck embeds. Then goes through the brief instruction on how to install, which we'll also go through here using the web flasher. If you have any other ESP related tools, you can actually use the ESP tool Python script to actually run and get that sorted. Nice little Discord server here, and then a breakdown of all the individual features that are actually available within each subsection of the tools. So you can see there's a lot that this device can do. Down here is also our compatibility table, so it'll tell us what the devices that are currently supported and what features are currently supported on. The devices that I'm currently running is an M5 stack M5 stick C Plus 2. I've had some great fun with that, and I've also been running it on my LILYGO T-Embedded CC1101. I haven't yet tried it on my LILYGO T-Deck Pro, but as you can see with this table here, a lot of the features are lacking for that particular device. It can still do bad USB, it can still do what all the others can do that isn't on this chart, and it can also do the Wi-Fi. Here we have a couple of pictures of what it looks like when it's set up. This is a computer, this is an M5 stack, M5 stick, and this is a cheap yellow display. There's also a disclaimer down here about the obvious things about only using this where we are allowed to be using it and don't break any laws. So to flash our device, all we have to do is come up here and we go to the how to install Bruce firmware flasher. This will tell us exactly how to connect to each individual device. For here, we're then going to go down to LILYGO. We're going to make sure we click on LILYGO T-Embed CC1101, as that is the model we have. If you flash it with the LILYGO T-Embed without the CC1101, it does actually tend to crash up and freeze. So we click here, and then I'll now cut over to the other camera to show you how to put the LILYGO Embed into its firmware boot mode. So to get our device ready for flashing our firmware, what we're going to do is we're going to remove the battery, so the ESP32 that's in there, that's always live whilst on battery, will actually disconnect and reboot correctly, so when the firmware is installed it will reboot. To do that, what we need to do is flip our device over, take off our little backpack that's held on by magnets, and with a nice pair of tweezers, if we just get in here to where that little battery connector is, we should be able to just gently pull that up. Like so. Once that's pulled out the way, I'm going to just give the cable a bit of a tug and get it right out of the way, and then I should be able to then remove the battery like so. I'm going to put the back cover on to make sure no dust gets in, just so I'm clean like that, and now I'll show you how to get it into boot mode. So to get it into the boot mode, what we're going to do is we're going to push down in the centre of the jog wheel, and we are going to plug in a USB-C cable, like so. If the screen comes on and stays black, that means you're in the right place. So once we've taken our battery out, hold that middle button on the jog wheel and put the power in, we should hopefully get the confirmation that our device has been connected. We then click the LILYGO T-Embed CC1101, click connect, and it should show up here. So this is the USB JTAG serial debug unit on Con 7, and it's paired, so that's ready to go. This will hopefully come back now with a positive and ready to go and install. Do you want it to wipe all the data? Yes, we do, and away we go. This should now take a couple of minutes to erase and then install the new firmware, but we should be good to go after that. Here goes the installer. Now it's just tidying itself up and putting everything where it's supposed to be. And complete. So as long as we had the battery out, we can now unplug the device, Plug it back in, plus the power button on top, and we should boot straight into the Bruce firmware. And to put the battery back in, we're going to just grab the connector with our tweezers and place it back into the connector. Just going to go around now and make sure we've got a nice firm connection. There we go. Now we can just gently stick the battery back in. We'll tuck the cable down first so nothing gets trapped, and then slide the battery back under all of the components. Back cover back on, and there we go. Right, so that's your lot. Hopefully you've now got Bruce running on your LILYGO T-Deck, and you can catch me in the next video where I'm going to compare some of the features and show you how to use it compared to a Flipper Zero. Catch you next time. Happy hacking!